Hello, and welcome to Beering in Mind Beer Reviews. Nice to see all of you beer appreciators out there. And today we're going to look at a kind of limited beer in Japan. It's from one of the major beer companies in Japan, Sapporo, but it's kind of one of their one-offs, sort of. And they've done it before, each time on a different variation. And that is Sapporo Yebisu Joel Robuchon, and that is for this year, 2019. And Joel Robuchon, of course, is one of the most celebrated chefs in the world over the last 30, 40 years. He died in 2018, in August of 2018, and he supervised 7 Joel Robuchon beers for Sapporo Yebisu. And this is the last one that he apparently worked on with a recipe before he died. And it came out this year in 2019 in October, November. And he, of course, he made news around the world for his restaurants. He had more Michelin stars than any chef in the world, I think 31 or so. He had restaurants around the world. And he was also influenced quite a bit by Japan. He quit at a certain point in the 1990s. He just decided to stop. He retired, and because a lot of his friends who were working in the high pressure business of top-end cuisine were dying, from stress, heart attacks, etc. And so he quit and started traveling. And at a certain point, he ended up in Japan, and apparently he got interested in getting back into the business again. And he did open up restaurants. He has one in Tokyo. And another little sidebar, he fathered a son who has a sake shop now in Fukuoka, and apparently is doing quite well. He has a sake bar and wine bar, and he also exports sake to Europe. And apparently the sake companies he works with have to be top-end ones, and their sake is almost all exported to Europe, as far as I know. So he made a variety of beers here with Yebisu. Again, this is the 7th one. Previous versions featured Nelson Sauvin hops or Mosaic hops, and apparently they include champagne malt, which I assume is the reason for the subtitle here, which is French Pils, a French Pilsner. I don't think it has champagne yeast, but it may have malt from the Champagne region of France. In any case, this is an interesting beer, I think, for us to try, and let's give it a go. Again, this is Yebisu Joel Robuchon for 2019. The cans always featured this sort of diamond harlequin sort of motif in different colors, and this one is gold and white. Okay, so it pours out a very, very bright gold, very clear, absolutely, with a nice firm finger of head. So you see the carbonation going up here. Very, very minor carbonation. Aroma is very sweet, kind of delicate maltiness, some citrus, something like grapes, something a bit more fruity. Flavor is also very smooth and malty. It's got some light citrus tang to it. And again, something like grapes. Grapes or grape juice, white grapes. The finish has a light sort of metallic hit on the back of the tongue. The body is a little bit heavy for the pill style. I wouldn't say it's exactly medium bodied, but it's close. It feels a little bit thick for a Pilsner. And the grape and wine note kind of makes it feel a little more alcoholic than it is. It's 5.5%. So this would be considered a Pilsner. On Rate Beer, it has no ratings whatsoever in the Pils category. In the subcategory, not on Rate Beer, but for our purposes is as they call it, a French Pils. So very interesting take on the style, I think. The kind of understated grape fruity note really makes it quite different from many Pils. It has some noble hops, I'm pretty sure, but it doesn't seem to have Zatz. You don't get that stinky, pungent sort of Zatz nose at all out of it. Interesting beer. This won't be around long, so if you are in Japan, I suggest you give it a go. Find it in a liquor store, perhaps supermarket or convenience store, and see what you think. And leave me a comment and let me know what you thought of this beer. And if you like, subscribe to the channel. We'll be talking a lot more about Japanese beers, both craft beer and beers from the majors like Sapporo. That's it for tonight. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.